Hari Om. Now we will begin with subtle creation. Tata akasha sambhutah akashad vayuh vayostejah tejas apah abhyap prithvi. So Ishvara wields his power of Maya, and from that Maya emerged the 5 elements, beginning with space. From space emerged air. From air emerged fire. From fire, water. And from water, earth. These subtle elements are created in sequence. As we have learned earlier, the subtle body pervades the gross body. Similarly, this illusory process of creation is also from subtle to gross. How does one measure subtlety? It's measured by its pervasiveness and the number of qualities that live in it. The more pervasive the object, the more subtle it is. The lesser qualities, the more subtle. Space is the first element. It is the subtlest. It has the quality of sound, and sound travels in the medium of space. Air is less pervasive. It has the qualities of sound and touch, and therefore it can be heard and felt. From air emerged fire. Fire has the qualities of sound, touch, form, and color, and can be heard, felt, and seen. Next is water. It has the qualities of sound, touch, form, taste, and can therefore be heard, felt, seen, and tasted. Even though water by itself is tasteless, all other tastes are possible due to it. Last is earth. It has the qualities of sound, touch, form, taste, and smell, and therefore can be heard, felt, seen, tasted, and smelled. The more subtle the element, the more independent it is. The grosser, the more dependent. Air cannot be without space, but space can be without air. Similarly, for the other elements, fire cannot be without air, but air can be without fire. These subtle elements in their pure form are known as tanmatras. Later on, these subtle elements combine with the other elements, but we should remember that in their pure form they are referred to as tanmatras. Our understanding of creation is what can be seen. What we see is the gross world. These elements cannot be perceived by our sense organs, but can only be inferred. What is seen is on account of these 5 elements that are present in different quantities. For example, the human body. It is made up of 70% water. It occupies space. It breathes, thus has air. The body gives out heat, fire, and food, earth. Even fruits are made up of 75% water and have these other elements in them in different quantities. The material cause is never different from the created object. Maya, being the material cause of these elements, the 3 qualities of Maya also pervade the elements. When does Maya create these 5 elements? At the time of dissolution, the 3 qualities of Maya, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, are in their unmanifest form and are balanced. When there is a disturbance or a vibration, and when there is a disturbance, that gives birth to creation. The evolution of the 3 qualities. Etesham panchatattvanam madhye akashasya satvikamshat strotrendriyam sambhutam vayoho satvikamshat swagrindriya sambhutam agnehe satvikamshat चक्षुरिंद्रियं संभूतं जलस्य सात्विकांशात् रसनेन्द्रियं संभूतं पृथिव्यः Satvikamshat Jnanendriyam Sambhutam. So, in their pure form, the 5 elements are referred to as tanmatras. These are experienced as sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. This experience takes through our organs of perception. Each sense is made up of the sattva guna of each element still uncompounded. That is, not yet with the other elements. So from the sattvic portion of space, the organ of hearing is formed. From air, touching. From fire, seeing. From water, tasting. And from earth, smelling. Since they are in their manifest state, it helps us to experience the full quality of that element. For example, the sense of sight is only experienced through the eyes. The eyes cannot taste, touch, smell, or hear, and thank God for that. Just imagine if we could see with our ears. Hey, listen, there's a toilet. If you look from your left ear, go straight and take a left. It's right there only. Impossible. So when we see an object or hear of an object for the first time in our life, we always want to know the object. And the only way to know this object is through our organs of perception. So I called my friend over once for lunch. Told him, listen, ghar ka khana is made. Can't call for food from outside today. It's okay, na? Yeah, okay, come. He came over, sat for lunch. There was Karela and Ruby. So I told him, Karela? It reminds me of a crocodile. I'm not touching that. I'm not eating it. Rudhi, I've never heard of before. What is it? So I said, Rudhi, you've never heard of it before. How does it sound to you? Sounds interesting. Show me. So I went into the kitchen and I brought the Rudhi. Arey, this looks like a cucumber. That is seeing it. Cucumber. Next, he went to touch it. He picked it up. It feels squishy. Why does it feel so squishy? He smells it. Smells very okay. I don't know what this smells like. Tastes it. But before he tastes it, he quickly poured himself a glass of water. We all know why. He ate it and downed the glass of water. I'm never going to eat this in my life again. Thus, that is the organs of perception in play. The evolution of the inner equipment, that is the organs of perception. Etesham panchatattvanam samasti satvikamshat mano buddhya ahamkar chittani antakarnani sambhutani sankalpa vikalpa atmakam manah nischaya atmika buddhi ahankarta ahankarah chittana karta chittam manaso devta chandramaha buddhihi brahma ahankarasya rudraha chittasya vasudeva. So the antakarna is formed from the sum total of the sattvic, the sum total of sattva of these total elements, of these 5 tanmatras. The antakarna is fourfold. That is the mind, the body, ego, and memory. The nature, mind, intellect. Sorry. The nature of the mind is indecisive. The intellect is of the nature of decision. The ego has the notion of doership, and memory is the nature of thinking or recollection. The presiding deities of the mind is the moon, the intellect Brahma, of ego Rudra, and of memory Vasudeva. It is important to note here that even though the mind is separate from the sense organs of perception and organs of action, it cannot contact the world directly. It has to act through the senses. The senses also cannot function without the prompting of the mind. They function in coordination. Thoughts in a state of volition constitute the mind. Should I do my homework today? Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Will the teacher check it? Such a state continues till a decision is made. Emotions also constitute the mind. Thoughts in a state of decision constitute the intellect. Reasoning and observing are functions of the intellect, and all knowledge and creation arises in the intellect. Whether the teacher will check my homework tomorrow or not, I will do it today. That would be the intellect. The thought, I am the doer, is the ego. It does not mean pride. It's a sense of individuality or doership. It connects the pure self to the three bodies, the five sheets, and the three states, with a continuous flow of thoughts like, I am thin, I ate, I slept well last night. The function of memory is reflection and recollection. It is the storehouse of all the samskars. Remember Dudi, no? It is through the memory that one can change or create an impression to cultivate the mind. What is that Dudi? Dudi is just those 5 elements. Cultivate the mind. Bring about the change. So what is the point of knowing all these different aspects of the mind, the intellect, the memory, and the ego? The point of it is for the mind would be to keep our emotions in check, to know that the mind is the emotion, and to keep them in check. Intellect would be to reason and observe. Ego is to reduce the sense of doership. I am not the doer. For memory, we have 2 different kinds of memories. Pleasureful memories and painful memories. Memories that give us pleasure, they create desires in us. And those that are painful bring about fear or regret. Both are harmful to us. We should not be trapped by these memories. We now come to the evolution of the Rajas aspect. Etesham Panchatattvanam Madhye Akashya Rajasamshat Vagindriyam Sambhutam Vayoho Rajasamshat Panindriyam Sambhutam Vamehe Rajasamshat Padendriyam Sambhutam Jalasya Rajasamshat Upastendriyam Sambhutam Prithivya Rajasamshat Gudendriyam Sambhutam Etesham Samasti Rajasamshat Pancha Pranaha Sambhutaha. So just as the Jnana Indriyas are made from the total sattva of the Tanmatras, the Karma Indriyas and 5 Pranas is made from the Rajaguna of the Tanmatras. The Rajas aspect of space, the organ of speech is formed. From air, the organ of grasping. From fire, locomotion. From water, procreation. And from earth, excretion. Rajaguna is characterized by activity. Since the organs of action and the 5 pranas are activities of the body, both are the manifestations of the Rajasic aspect of these elements. The unmanifest condition of these 5 elements and the 3 qualities is the causal body. The manifestation of the Sattvic and Rajasic aspect of these 5 elements constitute the total subtle body or the total subtle world of creation. Thank you.